Okay, we have lesson 14. We will learn the second Kriya exercise, which is described in Sutra 26, going forward. Sutra 26 says, then Vasti is described. Seated in water up to the navel in the Utkatasana, resting the body on the toes of the feet, the heels pressing against the buttocks. Insert a small bamboo tube into the anus and contract the anus so as to draw water in, shake it, and then expel it. Such a washing is Vasti. Now, the past couple of decades, retreats have become very popular. And one of the things that are often done in retreats where people practice yoga every day. Basically, people go there to do healthy things for a certain period of time, couple of weeks sometimes. Healthy food, often vegetarian, yoga every day. And I noticed that in many of those programs, they provide enemas, where every morning you put an enema up your anus to cleanse the colon. That is kind of based on this Kriya exercise. Like with Dhauti, the previous Kriya exercise, if you do this on a ritual basis, it will damage your intestines. An enema is a medical device that is only used when really necessary. In case of very severe obstipation, or when the bowels need to be completely empty for some kind of, what do you call it? Investigation, when they need to look inside your intestines. What do you call that? What is the medical word for that? In Dutch it's onderzoek. Anyway, it's a medical device. You don't use it on a ritual basis. And of course, in line with Dhauti, this is symbolical language. The truth behind the symbolical language is, of course, subtle and is related to energy. Now, instead of drawing my Picasso on the board, I will use the chakras because there's actually more logical to use the chakras. Last week, we talked about the chakras. And Shiva and Shakti flow. Shiva flows from the top. This is symbolical. But symbolically, it flows from the top down and it winds around the chakras. Shakti energy rises up from the bottom and winds counter to Shiva around the chakras. You remember this. That is why it's better to use the chakras when we discuss Kriya, because we work with these Shiva and Shakti energies. I will just only use circles for the chakras and not the diamond and the flame for practical purpose. Dhauti, we let Shiva energy in, the piece of cloth, goes through the throat, the stomach, the throat, the esophagus and the stomach, ends up in there, and then that the Shiva energy, I use blue for Shiva and red for Shakti. You let Shakti energy rise up. Vasti, you don't suck up water through the anus. That is symbolism, that is symbolical language for letting Shakti rise up. Suck up the water, shake it, and then expel it. Shiva. With Dauti and Vasti, we deal with the flow of Shiva and Shakti energy. First focusing on the top in Dauti, and then focusing on the bottom in Vasti. Next week we will narrow it down a little bit, specialize, to get closer to how energy is being controlled in pranayama. So instead of just only doing Vasti, we also repeat Dauti. So we build a picture with the Kriya exercises until we are reaching the final Kriya exercise in 2 weeks. So, what we do is Vasti, Nada, 20 minutes. But as part of the process, we include Dauti. We start with Dauti, explore that, then we switch to Vasti, energy rising up, energy descending down. And when we're done, we concentrate on Nada the rest of the time, the remainder of the time. Child can do it. Ajita said that very often, child can do it. It was a joke, but with a serious meaning. Adults have become serious and skeptical and find it hard to do these kind of things because they lack the fantasy that children have, the power of imagination that children have. If you can approach this with the mind of a child, it's easy. Tell a child something like this, they close their eyes and they just do it, just like that. No questions, just like that. Let's try.